I'm delighted to be joined by our keynote speaker for this morning, Juliana Chua, who is Senior Director and Head of Digital Tech and Innovation Global at EssilorLuxottica. Thank you very much for joining us, Juliana.
Thank you.
So first question, you've just delivered our keynote address on scaling innovation in the age of intelligent and connected technology. Would you mind just briefly recapitulating some of the key messages you wanted to leave this audience for those who couldn't make it here today?
Definitely. I think when we are looking out for durable opportunities, always understand the layers of innovation and also right-size your digital maturity before deciding to scale for substantial impact as well. I think these are the two most important that I've seen here and also observed in all the organizations that's taking place.
Fantastic. Thank you. Needs are changing all the time, technology is always improving. How do you ensure transformations are relevant 3 to 5 years down the line?
I think transformations are definitely here to stay, like it or not. And this is a continuous evolution of what we really like. So relevancy-wise, I feel like having a data mindset is actually good because there could be so many initiatives that we are having, but without understanding how the data of all the initiatives are progressing, how they're really taking place, how is the consumers liking it, that is what is most critical for us as well. And also bridging that part with branding too. So it's not just technology that matters, the relevancy is also dependent whether consumers adapt the technology as well. So with the data and also building a branding is actually what pulls the consumers in to really understanding what is relevant to stay in the market as well. And lastly, I also like to emphasize about the resiliency to also have the failure mindset too. Because a lot of times when we are building technology, we do not want it to fail, right? So it's no longer relevant, but we are just pushing it on. And it's no longer a deciding factor. We should actually have the audacity to actually call it a day and also pivot when necessary too.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. You've managed digital transformations at regional through to global scales. Was there a project where adoption missed the target? And what did you learn from it?
Definitely. I think there's probably one too many. I think firstly, when we are assessing it via data, we actually understand where it's really not meeting a mark. And to me, my biggest learning from that was really the organization design crisis, really. So we should have the mindset to design an organization that is always allowed to re-engineer or pivot when necessarily. They could also understand the value of what they deliver, and this allows them to continuously deliver improvements as well. So supporting a network of all the talents is also important because it goes beyond the technology, it's also about the people, right? When the talents are already in the organization, we should support what their thought process is. We should also embrace the next level thinking that they have to bring it something different and also listening with empathy to what our people are saying as well. So failure is always there, definitely, but we should also not risk our people or our resources from burning out as well.
Fantastic, thank you. Let's talk about AI. What will be the key issues and breakthroughs you've experienced that we'll be discussing at next year's event? And how do we need to prepare for those in the meantime?
I think there are 3 layers of AI that we are looking out for. The first one, when it's more conversational and understanding. So this happens with all your chatbots today. This is also about your natural processing language, your machine learning. They really understands and decides how to think. The next layer that we have is all the agentic AI. So this is probably conversational piece, probably we're thinking about 2024, 2025 that it took place. With the agentic AI, we're seeing it fast and coming in 2026, maybe also in 2027, where agents are taking over as well. And the next one that we are looking at is physical AI. You don't see here much today, but you are probably seeing the robots that are roaming around. They are not really like humans, they're more like robots. But with the conversational piece and the agentic piece, thinking, able to converse and able to act intelligently, it goes into the physical AI where robots actually take place and they are able to connect with you emotionally as well. You could be, well, the next time I hope I'm still talking to a real human and not to a robot that's asking me questions. They are operating in the physical environments. And these 3 layers really completes the entire package of delivering a physical robot to us. So for me, I think the 3 key parts of the intelligence, we have the conversational piece, we have the acting and thinking piece with agentic AI, and lastly, we have the physical piece of AI that is actually emotionally connecting with you in a physical environment. These delivers to us actual robots that could to be sending out in the battlefield. We could also be talking to me, the one interviewing me.
So when evaluating tech investments across 90 plus markets, how do you decide between upgrading legacy systems versus building a shiny new digital capability? What framework or ROI metrics do you use?
I would say it's a constant battle out there. It's a tough world. So the matrix that we are using is a total cost of ownership to really understanding whether we should modernize it entirely or we should actually maintain it, right? So there are many instances where actually maintaining application or even an ecosystem already far outreach the cost of actually rebuilding it, right? So there will be 3 parts that we'll be thinking of, right? Either you rebuild the entire platform, the entire architecture. You could also refactor it as well to actually keep it a little bit more up to date in modules, in fact, as well. The last one is to also re-platform. Whatever you have built, do you actually do the migration over as well? So these are the 3 parts that we usually think about. And when it comes to the total cost of ownership, we think about what is the 3 to 5 year plans that you have. Are we meeting architecture that could embrace what the business consideration are? Is the business going to be built for AI? And do we have the right application or the architecture in place? If we do not have those in place, we will have to think about modernizing it. We have to think about rebuilding it as well. But if we do have components of it in place, are we thinking to re-platform the ones that have not been updated to the new platform? So the total cost of ownership is on the minds of every CIO. It's also on the minds of every CEO because of the investment that is really required to modernize, to bring the business to a different place, or to actually maintain it, to actually sustain it for the next 3 to 5 years as well.
Thank you, Juliana.
Thank you. Interviewing me, it could also be
The Emerging Leaders Forum will commence shortly.